Let's continue with the cylinder tutorial. In the first part, we looked around the user interface of SOLIDWORKS and got our first initial cylinder. So let's continue on and build upon this. Alright, so we have a part now. We have a cylinder part, and we want to create another cylinder on top of this. So we need to tell SOLIDWORKS where we want to sketch. So I'm going to click on the top of this part and notice that a little pop-up menu comes up. So I'm going to click on Sketch, letting SOLIDWORKS know I want to sketch on this top face. And you can sketch in this view, but I find that it's easier to sketch when I'm looking directly at the surface. So in order to do that, click on Control 8. And then it automatically rotates around so you can view it straight on. And I'm going to draw another circle. So again, I'm going to wait for that little circle to click to the origin, and I'll drag my circle out and click again. And I'm going to dimension that circle so its diameter is 1. And notice that I don't have to include my units when I put the number in, because we already specified the units when we modified our options. Alright, now I'm going to extrude that circle by 0.5 inches, so 0.5. Now hit the green check. And notice that the part stays flat on. Well, no problem. I can hit Control 7 and it'll get me back to that nice isometric view. Alright, now we have a little cylinder on a cylinder. So let's go over and look at our Feature Design Manager. So you can see that I have two extrudes, right? One for the bottom, and if I hover over that, it highlights the bottom cylinder, and if I go over the second one, it should highlight the other one, but it's not. But that's our top one. So every time we add a feature to our cylinder, it will show up in the Feature Manager design tree. Alright, now let's cut something into the cylinder. So we're going to sketch on the right plane. So we're going to do it a little differently this time. The first time we went to the sketch and we clicked on sketch and then selected what we want to sketch on. This time we're going to select the plane right out of the feature tree, click on it, and again this pop-up menu comes up, and I'm going to click Sketch. So now we're ready to sketch, and again it doesn't change orientation. It only does that the first time. So I'm going to hit Control 8 and it gets me to be in the normal view, and I'm going to draw a bunch of lines. So I'm going to hit the line command, and I'm just going to start over here on the right. I'm going to draw something that looks like the cutout that you see in the book. But you notice that when I move my line, you can see that it kind of snaps to horizontal. And you see that yellow box that shows up? That means that my line is horizontal there. It's not horizontal there. It's horizontal there. So when I get a horizontal, I want to click. Then I want to go up, and you see the yellow box? That means it's vertical. I want to click there. And again, make sure it's horizontal, make sure it's vertical. And then you notice when I line up over my first point, I get this little dashed line. So I want to click when I get that little dashed line. And then close it off. And notice the little green boxes. So those are what's called sketch relations. So that's telling me that my lines are horizontal and they're vertical. If you don't see those, what you want to do is go to View, Hide Show, down here to Sketch Relations, and turn that on. Oh, I'm making another line. Alright, now we want to dimension all of this. So I'm going to hit my Smart Dimension, and we're going to make this guy here 0.5. So notice I just clicked on the line and SolidWorks automatically knew what I wanted to dimension. Alright, I want to dimension this guy 0.5. And then this guy 0.125. So notice that it rounded off the way we wanted it to round off, right? If we hadn't put round to even, it would have rounded it off 0.12 like you see in the book. Or sorry, it would have rounded off to 0.13 like you see in the book. Alright, this one, we want this to be 1 inch. And then we want the distance between the origin, so I'm going to click on that point and this line to be 0.5. And then you'll notice that it's still blue. So that means we're missing a dimension. We're missing this one, the one from the bottom of the part to the bottom of our cutout. That's going to be 0.25. And once we put this in, it should all go black. There we go. Alright, we're going to take this and we're going to cut it. So we're going to do the extrude cut. Alright, if we rotate, so I'm going to rotate it in a different way. I'm going to press down on the wheel of my mouse and rotate it. So I'm moving my mouse as I'm pressing down on the wheel of my mouse. So you can see the cut is only going one way. We want it to go out the front and out the back. So I'm going to choose through all both. So now it's going out the back and out the front. So I'll hit the green check and there we go. So now we have our cutout. So if you do not have a wheel on your mouse and you need to view the part in different ways, hit the space bar. Then you get this little view cube and you can select these different sides and view it from different angles. So that's how you can get it to rotate around. Alright, so that is the cylinder tutorial. Just a little introduction on the user interface and a few simple commands. And before we go, look over at the feature design tree and you'll notice that the cut's there now. So this is where all the commands reside. Alright, so I hope you learned a little bit in this, and the next tutorial will teach you more.